Hello beautiful bookworms! My name is Katarina and welcome to my channel. So hello guys, I am finally here and able to upload regularly, so I'm very sorry for not uploading as I should, but this summer was really complex in a way that I couldn't always film. I didn't always have my books with me, so it was a little bit complicated, but I am past that now and I am finally doing sort of my regular uploading schedule, so yay for that, and hello again to you all that I haven't seen in a while and that haven't seen me in a while. So to kick it off, I decided to start with a book review of a book that I recently finished, actually this morning, and it's an amazing book, and it really had an imprint on me, and I decided to share with you, and also because it's by a Portuguese author and I am Portuguese, so it's really good to also share the literature of my country with you all. Some of you might want to read it. I do believe it is translated, and some of you might be even Portuguese and want to try something from your own country, so I think it's a very good idea. So without further ado, I have today the book review for the Dehumanization by Bookworms. And first of all, let me say that this book is not for everyone. And I say this not like it's only for smart people and it's only for people that like something and yada yada. It's not that. It's just the level of emotion that this writer can put into words is really not... Some people cannot contain so many emotions at the same time, but I will proceed to explain that a little bit later. I'm just going to talk a little bit about the basic plot of this story, and then I will talk about the writing style. So, this story is set in Iceland. This is supposed to be like a love letter to Iceland, because the author loves Iceland for some reason. I don't know. He has to know those stuff, I don't, so yeah, that's it. And it's about this little girl. I do believe she has 11 years old, and she's called Hala, which is the name they give her, and it's a name that comes from a bigger name, but I don't really know how to pronounce that name, so I'm just gonna call her Hala. And it starts with the death of her twin sister. So she's a child and she's already experiencing pain and grief, and she has to live with that. And she is the voice, the main voice of this book. So the story is told through her eyes in a very philosophical, poetical way, in a way that it's a child thinking about life and thinking about everything. And it is supposed to be a little bit cold and very emotional in a way that it speaks about sadness, it speaks about how to grieve for someone, and it's not very easy to think that the narrator is an 11-year-old child and is saying stuff like this, because it's a little bit hard. There are quotes in here that I had to stop and take a deep breath, and I was able to continue after that. So it's kind of hard to read emotionally, but physically it's very, very fast-paced in a way that everything is happening in the same time that she is considering life, and she's considering all the stuff that are happening in the present. So you don't have a lot of reminiscence about the past, and you don't have a lot of what could be, but you have just a lot of present considerations about a lot of things, very philosophical, and the writing is very fluid in a way, and I just loved it. Although it is very, very heavy, the topics are very, very heavy. You have the ways that the parents are dealing with the death of that child, and you have a child that had a twin and doesn't have a twin anymore, and what it does to the psyche of these elements and the psyche of this village where they live. And that is just incredible, just amazing. I just loved it. And Bookworms does this thing where he writes in this book with really short sentences, and it almost feels like poetry because they're just so short and so direct, and you're reading it and it hits you in the heart, just really, really hard. So I don't know, it's just, for me, it was very hard hitting. It was like taking a punch sometimes because the topics were, as I said, really hard, but the book was so beautiful, and it had some considerations that I can't really read them because I don't want to spoil anything, and it's in Portuguese, so for some of you it could be hard to understand, but it has some considerations about, as I said, grief, life, also literature, God and religion, and they were very, very deep. And throughout the entirety of all of this, you have the beautiful landscape of Iceland described as cold and at the same time warm, like rage or like numb, and it's beautiful the way that he sometimes talks about the landscape as a way to help understand the emotions of the book, and I really liked it. So far, I think it's my favorite book of this writer. I actually did something that I don't normally do, which was bend some pages because there were quotes that literally left me completely numb, and I had to preserve them so I could go and read them. And I am reviewing this in a very weird way because everything that I said, it doesn't seem to make sense. I am not actually telling a plot, I am not actually doing a review, but I just wanted to come here and talk about this book and tell you that even if you are a foreign person, like you're not Portuguese, you should try and find this book, you should try and read it, or at least hear something about it, because it's beautiful and it's needed and it should be read. It makes you think about yourself, about life, about everyone that surrounds you, about the whole planet, about everything, and it is beautiful. I actually truly loved it. I took it on vacations with me, like, oh, this is a very short book, it's like 246, I believe, pages, and it has really big letters and big chapter breaks, so I thought that I was going to read this really quickly, and I did, but I had to stop a lot of times to take a breath and understand what I was reading, because it was not easy in that way. It was very fluid, but not easy in that way. So that's gonna be all for today, and I do really recommend that you try this book, even if you don't like it, because I do understand that it is very polarizing right now. I was seeing some reviews on Goodreads because I had no idea how to communicate about this, because it's really hard. And all that I saw were like 5 stars and then 1 star. And I completely understand, because I know that the topics can be very triggering, and trigger warning for mutilation and abuse and stuff like that. It's not spoiler, it's just so you know. And I know it can be very trigger, and I know some people might not like it, but I do believe that even those people say that they learn something with this book. So give it a chance if you can. It's a very important piece of Portuguese literature right now, and it's written in a very beautiful way. I do love it. It's a very poetic, in a prose way, book, so please try it. It's really good. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's not my most enthusiastic video because I am truly numbed with this book. I am still thinking about it because I finished it this morning, and it hit me so hard that I don't even know what I'm saying right here, because it's very powerful. It's a very powerful piece of literature, and if that doesn't say that you should read it, I don't know what else I should say to make you read it. So I'm just gonna stop here and hope that you will love this book. And that is all for today, guys. So I hope you like this video. If you like it, leave a like or subscribe, and you'll be seeing more of me, I hope, for the rest of these weeks and etc. etc. I promise you that I will try not to go away. I will have a lot of work to do in the rest of my vacations and then in the new year of school that is coming, but I will try to maintain a reasonable schedule for all of you. So thank you for staying with me throughout all of these non-posting weeks that happened. I am very sorry for that, but it was important that you guys stuck with me until this time. So yeah, and I hope you like this review, and I hope you give this book a shot, even though I might have not made justice to it, because it was truly perfect in a way, and I can't describe perfection. So yeah, that's that. So yeah guys, that is all for today, and happy readings to you all. Bye!